why Ghislaine Maxwell?
Yeah, that's
the
Are
buddy.
we starting with Epstein again? It's like 3 in a row.
Well, okay. Here's
Why?
what I find. Here's what I find interesting.
Yeah.
I like the legal aspect of the issue, like the nitty gritty details of like the personal accounts. Not as interesting to me, but
Yeah.
this girl, Virginia, she said that Ghislaine had sex with her too. What is it, Ghislaine?
I don't know how to... Ghislaine? Or
Ghislaine? Yeah.
Visine?
But the thing, Visine,
Just call her Visine.
eye drops.
Yeah.
She's saying that she had sex with her too on the first time.
Yeah.
I think she like brought him in for. She's like, oh, let's do a
So
massage.
they're saying Epstein's wife was also molesting people.
Is that his wife?
I thought so.
I think they're just buds. They're just partners in actual crime.
You're
dude.
probably right. Yeah, that's a good point.
But she said, yeah, she had sex with her too. And I'm like, well, then why is she? Dude, I don't get it. I don't know why why she isn't being tried. I don't know if she's going to be.
Yeah. That is weird. I don't know. Dude, it's so murky. It's so murky. Like,
It's
I don't
like
know,
not
man.
all that murky. Because if you're going to believe all women, I'm kidding. I really am kidding. But I believe Virginia because you listen to her talk and you're like,
Yeah.
there's too much detail. There's just too much detail to make up. You know what a wise man once said? An honest man doesn't have to remember a story.
Well, yeah.
And that's what it is. You can tell, you can smell a rat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
I think I'm pretty good. You didn't watch The Staircase, did you? Mm-mm. You got to watch The Staircase. We need to do y'all need to watch The Staircase.
An entire episode on The Staircase.
It's wild. Okay, what I'll say, I don't want to make it too Staircase specific, but when you watch, if you listen to Serial or you watch The Staircase, when there's any sort of thing where there's a mystery to it, there's like a murder mystery, and you can kind of fall on either side, like he did it or didn't do it.
Yeah.
That is so much fun because with The Staircase, I was talking to my sister-in-law, and in my opinion, there is no way this man did not murk the shit out of 2 women, okay?
Yeah. That's the only reason they make these is because the guy is so goddamn guilty that they're like, this is just good TV, that he's not, you know.
Here's the thing, though. I talked to my sister-in-law, and she's like, no, he didn't do it. She's on the opposite side.
Wait, what?
Which to me...
See, this is exactly what they want. This is
This
is good TV, man. Everybody, there's sides.
That's what
there's
I'm
an
saying.
army. There's a war, dude.
Yeah, dude. Because when we were talking, it was getting kind of heated. But then we kind of like calmed down. But you do want to, you love the thrill of getting in the argument. But I love like hearing their side, like why they believe what they believe.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, I'm a big believer in that. Like I kind of like would rather listen. Dude, I listen to like a bunch of like AM talk radio, especially from.
You do?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know the famous ones here in LA. I listen to like what's it, 640,
okay,
which is KFI.
You listen to Limbaugh?
No, I'll tune in on Limbaugh sometimes. Yeah, just say it's funny, dude. It's like the best entertainment.
It's kind of like espionage. It's like spying on the enemy, isn't it?
I want to know how you got to know how both sides think. Like you have to if you want to have if you have an opinion on literally anything, like you have to at least understand the other side, right?
Right.
You can't just be these like irrational people who are crawling around the earth just screaming opinions without any, you know? So like, yeah, dude, sometimes I'll like turn in Limbaugh and he's like, well, good morning. Like,
yeah.
And he just come on like, there's a front to the right. Like
he is a very entertaining radio.
He's
Bill
really
O'Reilly.
good. Yeah,
Bill
they're great
O'Reilly,
broadcasters.
Yeah, he was really good, dude.
Yeah, that's why
he's a millionaire.
it almost takes more. Listen, I don't defend anything Bill O'Reilly says or does,
right,
you know,
right.
But like it is, I feel like it's almost you have to be better at your job to be like a right wing broadcaster because you gotta like sell. Because it's kind of like a minority now. Like the people who are like for real hardcore listen to like Rush,
okay,
and like fucking Bill Cunningham in Cincinnati or Sean Hannity. Mm-hmm. That's a small. It's not small, but it's shrinking because they're literally dying off. The people we talked about this. Who's gonna die first? Rush Limbaugh or his fan base?
Yeah, I think you're underestimating the young the young
Like the alt.
up-and-coming-
No, but those. Yeah, okay,
I
for sure.
think-
They're real, but they're watching fucking InfoWars and this podcast, dude.
Well, okay, so either way, Limbaugh dies out. Alex
Yeah.
Jones then
Steps
takes
in.
the throne.
Yeah, he's like ISIS.
Yeah.
After Al Qaeda.
Yeah, exactly.
Created by
Bigger
the
and
same
better.
thing,
Yeah.
just bigger and better. You
Right,
know?
right.
What's the next? What's after Alex Jones? I feel like it'll just be like a glowing rectangle that screams like hate speech.
It's Shapiro.
It won't even be. No. I'm saying like what's the top of the evolution? Like the end of 2001: Space Odyssey of like the alt right. Like
It's,
first,
I know.
Like who started it out? Like I mean, we're not gonna go far back to like the
Right.
60s because we weren't fucking alive. But like it's like Bill O'Reilly, he's the guy, and it's like Rush Limbaugh, fat white guy,
Yeah.
and who's like the new generation? Alex Jones, still a fat white guy, but kind of dresses okay, and like.
And more extreme.
And he goes on like Rogan, so people are down with him a little bit, and more extreme. And then who's like after him is like Ben Shapiro, which is like, this weird like snake looking guy.
Yeah, but he's
And then I'm just saying, I feel
think-
like at the end it's gonna be like a glowing, red triangle. It won't
Here's
even
what
be
I
a
think.
person anymore.
okay. It'll be a
Screaming
glowing
like
red,
the N-word.
It'll be a glowing red triangle that emanates segregation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
like it's a glowing triangle that when you look at, you just think like separation of races.
Yeah, you think distinction like when it shines, a Walmart opens in your town,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it has a gun section still.
I think
You're
that's.
like-
Well, actually, you know what I see is in the future. I think it's the like tolerance, because tolerance has become very aggressive and almost violent. Do you know what I mean? It's very ironic.
Yeah, it is funny how like the quest for tolerance has gone like violent. You know, like
Antifa.
Yeah,
You know what I
well,
mean?
for sure.
It's
yeah.
like the full other side.
Yeah.
So I think what it's going to end up is going to be a full-on war. You're going to either find yourself alt-right or you're going to find yourself Antifa. Yeah. And it's going to be I don't know, cuz I do think there's this alpha beta cuck weird mix of guys that are like, I see it a lot. It's got the aggression of an alt-right conservative, but
Yeah.
it's got the message is very like liberal social justice.
Really, I don't see this in like guys too much. I feel
Oh,
like
I
guys.
do.
What do they look like? What's their
Dude,
human
I once
form?
heard some of our friends saying, we were in a car, and I remember
Is this like me personally?
one of our mutual friends.
Okay.
It doesn't matter who, but I remember being in a car with a group of our friends, and they said, if you had the opportunity to kill Trump, would you do it? And it was like the discussion. It was like, well, yeah, I don't know. I think I would. People were saying that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You would murder a man. You would say, if you had the opportunity, you would murder a man.
I don't remember this conversation.
No,
That's
you
the-
weren't in the car. I'm just telling you. You know these people.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But
I bet I
they're
do.
beta cucks. They're beta cucks, but they were saying, yeah, I would murder the president if I had the
I
opportunity.
can't wait to find out
I
who
was
these are
like,
for sure.
what
after.
I was like, what are you talking? What have you become?
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
it's certainly. I mean, yeah, that's a point that doesn't need to be made anymore. But yeah, I just like, it's just funny to see like. I feel like we started talking about this because I was talking about listening to like right wing radio, because it's just like good to like, I don't know, like who wants to just like sit in echo chamber, like how fucking dude, the people who like just fucking politics nerds who are like super liberal and just listen to NPR all day and come home and watch like Rachel Maddow or like, God, that must be a miserable life. It's I feel like it's just as miserable as like the 400-pound bedridden fat white Aunt Carol who's watching Sean Hannity all night writing fucking the N-word on Facebook, screaming at your friends. Like,
what is this? Do you have any of that inclination to just like fester on like things outside of your realm?
yeah, dude.
Really?
That's like all I do. I just fester on everything.
Yeah, but we fester on personal issues. We're very
I fester,
self-focused
dude.
men.
Why was I so upset at just people,
What?
walking
What
down
upsets you?
Melrose with stupid shoes looking like they're fucking in Barney? Why do I care? I shouldn't care about that.
No,
But I do.
I do. You're right.
I'll fester the fuck out of anything.
You're right.
I'm Uncle
trying to think
Fester,
what-
bitch.
Yeah,
like,
I was trying to think what I Uncle Festered about recently, but I was just like, hey, you know what it is? It's because I feel like at any point in time, I'm about to be called out for like being, like, like I'm being oppressive. Like, what did I
Yeah.
say the other day? I said something. I was like, I don't even know, but I basically made reference to someone being Middle Eastern. I was like, yeah, because this guy, he's the Middle Eastern guy, and people are like, oh, whoa, and I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, what did I say?
Yeah.
Like, what? You're like, what a scumbag. I'm like,
it's kind of
from
uncomfortable.
the Middle East.
Yeah.
And
well, people sometimes, I guess the argument they would make is like, well, you could define him as something else, but like, I don't know, dude. Sometimes it's just.
Dude, if you're
I gotta believe that, dude. If we were if like I was in the Middle East and there were like 7, Pakistani guys next to each other, like it's the white guy, and I'm like, that's it's the quickest way to identify me.
Right.
But the thing is like I feel like the greater idea here is that like it's like we have this mentality of like identifying someone's race first, like subconsciously. Like, I wonder if there was like, I'm just being the devil's advocate here. I'm just being the devil's advocate.
Right. I'm ready to be God's advocate.
Let's go down this road. I feel like the thing is like it's programmed to be like, oh, the Middle Eastern guy, the white guy, the Asian guy, that Latin chick, that black dude. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like I feel like people are saying that's not good. We have to try and break that cycle of like race being the first thing we identify someone as. So but I don't. Here's the thing is I don't know what you replace it with. Like if you're trying to if you're talking about a story, you and 7 bros went out and got beers.
Yeah.
Because Ohio State won the championship or some shit like that.
Right.
I don't fucking know. And then one of them was Pakistani. Right. And then it was all your other white guys, and you're like, yeah, this. Have
you seen our friend?
Yeah.
Like, what's he look like? Like he's. If you're in a bar, you're in Cincinnati, and you have a Pakistani friend, which we do, we would say, he's Pakistani. And they'd say, he's there.
Yeah, that's him. That's right there.
He's right there. How'd you miss him?
Everyone. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know, dude. It's complicated.
Well, I think it's like...
I'm white as hell, dude. I don't know.
You know what?
I don't feel like...
Everyone's... I don't know. But I think when I said this, they were like... I was like, oh, yeah, he's from, like... I forget. He's from Egypt. Like, oh yeah, that guy's from like the Middle Eastern guy. He's from Egypt, and everyone's like, oh boy. I'm like, I'm like, you know what? I stand by that. That's what I'm trying to. Now that's what it is, because it's when people call you a scumbag, it's like hard to like not believe it about yourself.
Of course, yeah. I would hope you take that personally if someone calls you a scumbag.
We're at the point now where if you're so loose, it's the boy who called scumbag. So if you're so loose with being called scumbag, you're gonna get these. You're going to get these alt-right guys being like, you know what? The deplorables. They're gonna own it. They're gonna,
Dude, yeah. This doesn't need to be said. Like it blows my mind that people still don't like get that. It's like as awful as like the deplorables are, and like as awful as Trump fan base are. Like that's why you should listen to Republican talk radio, so you can understand. Like that's the thing is like here. In like LA and probably like the same as like New York, people are just like you meet people here in LA who are like genuinely cannot understand like why Trump is president. Like they genuinely have absolutely no clue, because all they know is going to fucking Ralph's or like Whole Foods on Sunset Boulevard. Like that's all they know is just like this craziness. And then when you listen to like Sean Hannity or like Rush and you hear the talking points, they're like guys who work in a fucking steel factory who got laid off because of automation. Now they hate fucking everyone who's Japanese. And then like it makes sense when you hear it. It's not right, but at least when you listen to it, you'd be like, oh, they're mad about this, and this.
Yeah. And then you understand their perspective and you're like, I'd be mad too. That's what you need to understand. Okay, I've said this a lot to my friends. I don't believe in right and wrong. I really don't. I think it's just people pushing against each other for what they want. You
don't believe in an ethical right and an ethical wrong?
No.
That's kind of weird. So you don't think that like killing somebody's ethically wrong?
Could be.
Well, yeah, of course, like a home invasion,
That's what there you go. You proved my point, my man.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, do you believe that the guy who, like, let's say a guy came in right now and like, pumped me out, GTA 4 style, with like a sawed-off shotgun, got me. Would you be like, yes, that was wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do believe in right and wrong.
Well, I would say you just
think it's all subjective.
I would be like, well, now you did it. You killed my buddy, so now you made a powerful enemy, my friend.
Yeah, okay.
But I wouldn't be like, because who's to say Ultimately, I think right and wrong, who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to restitution. Like, I will now say, now you're going to get it, bud, because I'm going to choke you out because you killed my friend. You know? Who cares who's right and who's wrong? You just made a mistake.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to choke you with my bare hands.
Yeah. Well, that's fair, you know? As
It's not gonna
I
be
would
like,
hope
I
you
made
would.
a mistake. I've done wrong. I apologize.
Yeah.
Be like, well, I don't care about right and wrong. You're getting choked out, though.
Yeah.
'Cause
This
you
is
killed
just
my
how
buddy in my apartment.
You can think it's wrong, but I think it's right to
That's
choke
what I'm
you.
saying.
So like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone's so you think
Yeah.
like, oh, they're the enemy, they're the bad, like, or you know what I mean? Even like in the Middle East, everyone's like, well, they're just bad guys that are up to no good, trying to fight American freedom. You're like, that's
No.
it's so simple to believe that they're like, yes, we're the
'cause
baddies.
it's easier.
We're the bad guys.
People just want something that's easier to. They want an easier
Understand.
pill to swallow.
Right.
Like, that's all it is. And yeah, you're right. It's easier to just imagine them in like a Batman type cave.
Yeah.
That's like how, dude. It's crazy. It's like I know that's true because like that's how I thought. Like we
Yeah,
were
so did
kids
I.
around like 9/11. Like it's the same way as like, dude. Yeah, like when all that happened, like the way your parents make you, you know, being in the Midwest in general, you can call it whatever you want. Is it being in the Midwest? Is it be having kind of like conservative parents?
Yeah.
But you're kind of just like, after 9/11, who wasn't like, oh, what the fuck is going on over there?
Right.
They're just in a lair, like putting a red X on Washington,
Yeah,
D.C.
dude.
Like, you know,
They have
loving it.
dartboards with our faces on them.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah, that's not. But it's easier to believe when you're like in shock of like a national,
Right, and that's
you
what
know,
you're
tragedy, allegedly. But like, I don't know. I think that it's just like weird to think of that now because like, yeah, now we're like, that's fucking stupid. Like, they had actually very valid reasons to hate us.
Right.
Was what they did right? No.
Yeah.
But you know,
That's what I'm saying.
we can't be mad. We can't be surprised at the beef.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know?
Instead of saying, why do these people hate us so much? We said
it's like Degrassi. Do you ever watch Degrassi?
No.
Never mind.
You can.
You know what, Drake? You know Drake. You know the show
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
on.
yeah. I never watched.
Well, you know Drake's in a wheelchair because he got shot by Rick, dude. And Rick was like the nerdy kid at school who everyone bullied, and like
Okay,
Drake,
yeah.
aka Aubrey Graham,
Yeah.
you know, tried. He was like bullying him in the show, and then the whole time they were all bullying him every goddamn day. And then Rick brings a gun to school and shoots Jimmy. Now he's in a wheelchair, and everyone's like surprised. I'm like, what?
What
Were you not? What were you? You're not paying attention? Dude, did I ever tell you one time I was in high school and this kid, fucking like, his name was Evan. Did I ever tell you this? Like, we were sitting in science
You had
class.
school shooting?
Dude, he didn't shoot up my school. I don't know if he got another one, but like, he was sitting in class one day and like someone was making fun of him. He was just like a weirdo, you know?
Yeah,
He's
I know.
He's a big fucking weirdo creep, you
Yeah.
know? I didn't tell him he was a fucking loser, spit in
you
his
bully?
face. No. But I thought he was a fucking creep, so I didn't
You
hang
stayed
out with
away?
him. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't get involved.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Anyway, this kid one day in science class, I don't know, someone said like a sly comment to him, whatever, and just like it was dead silence, like we were taking a test.
Okay.
And he was like, "You'll all see." Like it was kind of like lame how he said it, like a villain from the Old West, like "You'll all see." I was
Right.
like, dude, this is so lame. I was like embarrassed for him.
But you weren't
like,
scared?
No, that's the crazy thing. Is he was so lame. I was like, I don't even believe you.
You called bullshit on
Yeah,
his
I
threat
called
for a
bullshit
school
on his
shooting?
school thread. I was like,
Dude.
you're so lame. You're so corny that you would never go through with it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude. That's
And I was right. He didn't shoot up the school, but he did have mental problems. I didn't bully him. I don't feel any
Right.
guilt about this.
it's tough.
I guess I didn't stop him from getting bullied.
There's people like that. I was talking about this with my brother. There was a kid in my class. In my brother's class. Sad story. Kid killed himself way after high school. But nevertheless, he was... I don't know what came first, but he couldn't accept kindness because he was just miserable to be around. You try to be nice
He was
to him.
a outdoor cat, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
like he
dude.
couldn't. One of those kids who like can't believe that people are being nice to him because they're
Yes.
just nice. Like he just thinks that, and it's unfortunate because probably some shit happened to him that he's just like, well, everyone's out to get me. So
That's exactly it. His inclination was like,
Yeah,
this
dude.
is going to come around to me being bullied. So
Yeah.
any sort of kindness he would receive,
it's a lack of, you don't trust people.
He didn't try, and it was because obviously there were people like trying to help him. That would actually really...
That's tough. What do you do if a kid doesn't like trust the world? What can you do to fix that?
In hindsight, you know what I think we should have done? Because we were nice to the kid. We liked him. We wanted him to be good. Because occasionally you would see he was cunty. He was cunty.
Yeah, he was a dick.
And we were trying to be like, dude, we know you're cunty because everyone's mean to you.
Yeah, but it's a chicken or an egg at a certain point.
Well, let's stop the cycle. That's
Yeah.
what we were trying to do. And I think what we should have done, and I think maybe would have helped if we would have just said, hey, man, shut the fuck up. We're being nice to you. It's not going to come around to us bullying you. We're trying to be your friend, so treat us with respect because we're treating you with respect.
But people, dude, at the end of the day, people either want to, let love in or they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that dude had his mind made up, he's like, you know what? This world is fucked. That's all these, like, fucking alt-right, like, white kids who shoot up schools. It's all the same. It's the same breed, man. They're just like, no one accepts me. Like, what is that?
Right.
I don't know why. It felt like it didn't always used to be that way. Like, I mean, school shootings are, like, a new thing. Relatively speaking, they're a new thing. Like, how many hundreds of years, thousands of years were people going to school and not shooting each other in the faces? Now, granted, we didn't have guns up until the last, 200 years, whatever it's been.
Yeah.
But, like, even then, why all of a sudden are they popping up more than ever? And is it like, I feel like, I don't know, it's all speculation. Nobody knows, but, like, it has to play in somehow of just, like, the idea of, like, everything on TV being so competitive, everything on social media being so competitive, and being instantly, like, judged against your peers.
So you think these school shooters are coming in and be like, I'm going to be the next Columbine?
I think so. But
really?
That's
a hot take, dude.
No, it's not. No, what I'm saying is, like, I think that, like, no. I'm talking about, like, a bigger picture here. I'm saying, like, I feel like kids are, like, just being a kid now is, like, so much more aggressive than it, like, used to be. Like, you're on Instagram and you're competing with every other dude in your class, and, like, you see what every other dude's doing, what every other chick's doing. Like, when you didn't have that, like, information overload before, I feel like that's why it never happened as much. I feel like kids are being pushed to the brink way harder. And, like, a result of that is, like, kids, hating their friends so much to, like, bring a gun to school. And they kind of latch onto these, like, alt-right mentalities because those are the same people.
You think so?
Yeah, they're, like, nerdy white kids who are saying, I'm a fucking loser. No one wants to listen to me. That's why they all call each other, like, beta cucks and shit.
Okay, that makes sense.
This whole thing.
I think, okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying kids are going out there being like, I'm going to top Columbine. Some of them might.
Probably.
I mean, clearly, a bunch of them did. So, like, I don't know. They're not stupid. But, like,
Okay, what I would say to that, to your point there, here's where I could see that being. Because I don't understand. I mean, I get what you're saying.
That's why I was confused when you're like, that's a hot take. I was like, wait, what am I?
Yeah,
what was the hot take?
Yeah, no, you weren't saying what I thought you were saying. But what I do think is now, more than ever, you can find... Here's what it is. I hate talking about... I hate saying Hitler, but... Here's what it is. Okay, now you can find bad influences as a child far easier than you used to be able to.
Yeah, for sure.
You can dig through YouTube and find someone that you can relate to and for the worst. Do you know what I mean? You can find, like, oh, this guy hates everyone too. He's my leader.
Yeah, man. For sure. Like, it's like, yeah, the information. Maybe there's too much information, dude. Maybe we should have been left in the dark a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But then the flip side of that is that, like, the evolution of technology and social media led to, like, Arab Spring. And, like, a lot of those countries kind of, like, getting into the 21st century.
Positives and negatives.
What do you know? God, for real. Like, it seems like there's always something right and always something wrong. Yeah. How do you balance it? I don't know.
No right and wrong.
I feel like that's the point of civilization.
There you go. You think you solved it, and then you didn't. You know?
There ain't no right or wrong. Dude, follow up real quick.
Okay.
I asked my buddy John about the homies situation. Are homies racist? And he said the same thing. He was like, it's not your place to say. Listen, what the fuck? Why am I in this minority all of a sudden? Listen, I'm on the team. I'm anti-prejudice. I'm trying to fight prejudice. I want to cancel homies, Why am I the bad guy?
You can't. I'm just saying, I'm speaking on behalf of what I think would be culture. Is saying, and this is totally ironic me saying this, it's you don't get to say.
Of course, I get that, but I can still, like, can't we be like...
You can poke other people and say, how about this, huh? You can get their take.
That's all I'm allowed to do, yeah.
Yeah, you can't call it out, but you can ask people, like...
But, dude, then, like, what's with all those, like, white, like, nerdy, like, college kids now who, like, every white kid has, like, a cause. They're like, this is anti, indigenous people. This is anti-color. This is
They're not allowed to do that either.
But they are. So why can't I call out homies? That's what I don't understand. It's crazy to me.
Because you're better than that.
No, dude, come on. Homies are a kind of stereotypical depiction of Latin American people who may or may not exist in LA, but definitely do.
It's a subculture.
I know, but dude, here's what it is. Nothing looks good when you turn people into cartoons. It's very tricky to make people cartoons.
Caricatures.
Yes, you got to be very careful, dude. It's weird how cartoons really draw that out of people.
Well, yeah, I do think you're right, and I think now more than there's they're fun. Characters are fun. Stereotypes are fun. Racism's kind of a broad word, but stereotypes.
Racism is bad. Well, that's not up for debate.
Racism is bad. Hating someone based on race, not good.
Not good.
It's bad. It's objectively bad.
You know what I saw, dude? I saw that Disney Plus, apparently they have like all the really old like Disney cartoons, the one like the Fox and the Hound and shit like that. Dude, can you Google like Fox and the Hound racist? Because like, have you ever seen this? Dude, the old Disney cartoons are like super racist. This is like a well-known thing. And like they're so racist that like Disney Plus is streaming them and they put a little disclaimer at the front that says these are like old like depictions of people. Like these are outdated. Really? They're like basically giving like a trigger warning.
I'm surprised they didn't censor them.
Why didn't they just take them off? If you find out something that's like racist, like go do like an image search. You'll see like I think it was Fox and the Hound. Or if you like Google like Disney cartoons racist, you'll find it, dude. You'll Google it.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, it's like a thing. Like their old cartoons depict like I think there's like people in blackface, and then there's like super old like antiquated ideas of even like racism, like a black guy eating a watermelon. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
I've seen there's old
that's like old school racist.
Yeah,
even now, dude. If now it's like. I feel like people wouldn't even get it now. They would like,
because they're
because it's such like being. Yeah, you cannot like. We haven't eradicated racism by any means, but it is like, in no way acceptable. Like almost.
No, exactly.
It sucks that it still is, and like it is in like super like rural towns and southern towns and something like that. But like.
I mean,
we're getting better and better.
Well, okay, I was talking to my brother about this. Yeah, sure, you're saying like super rural towns, but my brother and I, we both had examples where we were talking. I think they were both we were both our barbers. Both of us had experience with barbers that were basically. Both of us had white barbers. Okay, mine was in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna call him out.
I think I've heard you tell this story.
But like, he said to me, this is true. I had a joke about this. He said I wanted him to shave some grooves in the side of my head. He wouldn't do it. He was like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. And I was like, okay. It's kind of weird. I was like, all right. That's fine.
If he's like an old barber, he's like, I don't know how to fucking do that. I get it.
Well, I mean, it's pretty simple.
But that's not why.
I didn't know though. I was like, okay, all right. He just said, I don't do that. I was like, all right, fair enough. All right, moving on.
Like, he said it like I don't do that.
He's like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. Yeah, I think he might have said, I don't do that kind of stuff. I was like, okay, that's fine. Pretty simple.
Still kind of like an aggressive, like, hey, no.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't like, I don't really know how.
He laid the line clear.
Yep. And then the next time I was in there, I was like, oh, hey, can you shave my part, like, on this side? And he says, no, I don't do that kind of stuff, man. I was like, okay. And he's like, and then this
just
is what he
a
says.
Part?
He wouldn't shave my part, okay?
Isn't that just like a normal part of it?
All right, so he says, and then he looks at me in the mirror, and he says, if I cut your hair like that, I'm going to get guys from Clifton coming down here wanting haircuts. And I was like,
oh, yeah. Yeah, that's gross.
Okay.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and then
He's an old dude. He's never going to change. That's just who he is. He's a bigot.
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. And also, here's another thing we don't really talk about. Like, you can look at that guy and say, "Oh, he's a bigot. He's a scumbag." But like, he has kids. He loves his kids. Takes his kids on vacation.
Yeah, that's like that's the thing. It's like that's the thing that sucks. Is like, dude, our grandpas are probably
Yeah.
they're all racist.
People
we still
can
love
be-
them. They're
right.
still gamps, and you're like, fuck. I love grandpa. I like hanging out with him,
Right.
but I think it's weird that he says stuff about blacks and the Kennedys and stuff. I
Right.
don't know. I thought it was weird,
Yeah, there's
and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Why is he talking about union busting? I don't
Yeah.
understand this.
people are
Gramps.
three-dimensional. Yeah.
No.
yeah.
We're just
People-
playing catch.
People can be good.
Why are you
and
talking
bad.
about Rodney
Yeah.
King? No.
Yeah. In what way is he talking about Rodney King?
Negatively.
Oh, Rodney King is the bad guy?
Yeah. Grandpa, no.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's funny we say like, oh, that guy's a racist. I'm like, I mean, granted, we're white dudes, but like you gotta look at people as three-dimensional. You can look at people and say, hey, I could have said something to my barber. He's halfway through my haircut. It probably wasn't a good move for me to teach him about how racist he was.
Fair enough. Yeah,
with
you
a
could just
fucking
slice your head open.
Yeah,
you know?
he's shaving the back of my neck.
Yeah, you
with a
just don't
straight
go back.
razor.
You don't give him your money. That's the only thing you can do.
Yeah.
Is you can just be like, you know what? No, you don't get my money. Dude, the
Right.
same way, like, there's this guy who runs this record store on Melrose right by my house. I want to call him out so bad.
You just
Fuck
did.
this guy.
How many record shops are on
There's
Melrose?
a lot on
Okay,
there.
go ahead.
There's a lot
Yeah.
on there.
Yep, sorry.
Dude, I knew that was going to happen. You good?
Yeah, we're good. Go ahead.
Good.
Yeah, Melrose.
This guy runs this record shop on Melrose, and he's just an asshole. Like, dude, one time I went in there, he's got, like, really crazy collectible bullshit. This is some bullshit right now. But, like, he's got, like, super collectible stuff, like, original versions of, like, old punk albums and stuff like that. If you're, like, super into collecting, he's, like, a pretty good guy to go to.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, he runs a shop, and I go in there the first time, and the first time I go in there, I walk in with, like, a Starbucks coffee cup, and he's like, hey, can you leave that drink outside? And I was like, in that exact tone. Like, in that exact tone. Like, immediately.
Sorry.
Yeah. No. Immediately when I walked in, he's
Yeah.
like, hey, can you leave that drink outside? And I was like, and it was like almost, it was like barely. It's a venti cup. Maybe it was like that much.
Yeah, an
you
inch
know?
or two, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, sorry. There wasn't. He's like, it's fine. Just be careful. I'm like, okay.
Oh, so he changed his mind.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The story gets longer. So I'm looking through his records, and I'm like, it's like very awkward because it's complete silent. He's not playing music. You just play music.
He's not playing music at a record store?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is weird. So I'm like looking through, and finally I'm like, hey, I asked him for like a specific record, and like he didn't even look up. He was like, I don't have that. And I'm like, okay. Similar story. This ends a different way though. So I go back another time, and then I'm like, and I'm like looking through, and I'm holding a coffee cup. He's like, can you watch that coffee? And I was like, oh.
This is the second day?
This is another day, a second time I go back there.
Okay.
And he's like, hey, can you watch that coffee? And I'm like, oh, sorry, man. And I just like straight up left. And he was like, thank you. And I was like, there was no one in the store. Like,
He thanked you for
I'm
leaving?
yeah, he was being a dick. He was like, thank you.
QQ.
Like, yeah.
Did you buy a record the first time you were in there?
No.
Okay, go on.
I've never bought a record from this guy in my life.
Okay.
This is how it goes down.
All right.
So I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, this dude's like super aggro every time I go in there. I'm just
Right.
looking at records. Like, why you make me feel weird? There's no one here. And also, like, we're fucking adults. That's like part of going into a store as not a fucking child.
Yeah.
Is that if I go and break a goddamn TV, that I know that I'm going to be held responsible for that.
Right.
So when I bring a fucking coffee cup into your shitty little record store,
Yeah.
we're grown-ups. I'm not going to spill hot coffee on your goddamn Stooges album and then run out, okay?
Yeah. I think what you're not taking into account that there are scumbags out there that would do that.
I guess, dude.
Anyway, I don't want to derail you, but yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
bottom line is. So then I kind of kept going back, and I was like, this guy's an asshole. Like, I don't want to give him money, but he's got crazy records. So I'll go in and look, and I'm like, I have no obligation to buy anything from this guy. Fuck this dude.
Yeah.
So I'm like going in there and looking, and then like one time I hear him on the phone, and then like he's like, yeah, we haven't sold anything today. He's like, I don't know. I just like he's complaining about like not having business.
Yeah.
Like on the phone, he's like, I don't know. This one guy had like $100 in records, and he fucking left it like a fucking idiot, and he walked out. And I was like, oh shit. So then I'm like, oh my god, like. Then I was like, I feel weird. I feel like I have to buy something. And I was like, no, fuck this guy, dude. This guy's an asshole.
You didn't have empathy
I did, but I was also like, this guy's an asshole. So then this is the pinnacle of the story. So I come back against my better judgment. I was with my girlfriend, and I walk in. I was like, this guy's an asshole, but I want to see what he's got. We go in there, and we're just like looking through, and then these chicks come in. These like Melrose chicks. They're like white, whatever. Like, you know what I'm talking about. They come in, and they're like, they're looking through the records, and they're like, hey, do you have like they asked the guy, and it was weird because they were very clearly like, it's like a nerdy fucking white bearded neckbeard dude type shop. Okay. Like I imagine they probably felt uncomfortable, which is unfortunate.
They probably wanted Simple Plans.
Well, they asked for something, or they asked for a Lana Del Rey album. That's what it was. They're like, hey, do you have this Lana Del Rey album? And he's like, no, I don't. And I was like, Jesus. And they're like, oh, sorry. And then they're just kind of like browsing around because they feel awkward. They're like, I can't just walk out. And then he turns on this like fucking, I know I sound old saying this, he turns on this like rap song that's like crazy sexist, like crazy, saying like fucking ridiculous shit, like intentionally playing an album that's like super misogynistic, and he's just like, yeah, go with the dick in my mouth, like full volume. Right. This goddamn record store is the size of your apartment. He's smoking them out. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then like they immediately walk out, and then he's like, Jesus, Lana Del Rey, I don't wipe my ass with those records. And I was like, he just like said it in general, like to the room, but no one was there, basically to me. And like my girlfriend's there. And this guy's like, these ladies who just came in looking for records, like, and this guy's immediately like super misogynistic. And I was like, dude, fuck this guy. Like, and I was like, I said it audibly. I was like, I'm done. And I like put like the shit I had down, and I just like walked out. I should have said something to him.
That's when you could pull the thing and say, hey man, you can take this or leave this. You're not going to like what you're going to hear, but if you want to sell a record, you can't be an asshole. Yeah,
like, dude, not only just being an asshole is one thing, but then being like directly misogynistic by like playing something like that, and just like you're basically making like that's why there's a fucking mentality of like dudes who collect records is like being like shitty weird white dudes who look like me. Yeah, like everyone should be able to go buy records. Why are you making these people feel bad? Who gives a fuck if they like Lana Del Rey's good? Like, she's talented.
Yeah, and even if it was like, do you have a Katy Perry record? Maybe sell a Katy Perry record.
Who gives a fuck? Make money. Yeah, but you're gonna die on the hill of records, you fucking dork.
That's what it is. People that are like, I'm not a businessman. I'm just in the business of feeling holier than that.
Yeah. But no, that was the only time where I was like, dude, I'm gonna trash this guy on Yelp. I was like, I'm gonna write it, and I was like, this will directly fuck this guy, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it though, and I should have. I still can. That experience happened.
If you want what's best for this guy, you write a nasty.
I don't want people to give money to a guy who's a scumbag.
Well, the thing,
and hates women.
That's what I'm saying, though. If you want to help correct his behavior and make him a better person, you write a bad Yelp review.
Dude, I should. And then, like, what do you think? Do you think that? No, because I'm gonna word this out. It has to be well worded.
Oh, you mean you would want to do it right now?
No, not right now. I thought you were turning like, let's write up now. I'm like, no, I gotta put fucking thought into this, dude. No,
we can like. I think what we should do is you should do it this week, and then we can follow up with it.
We are gonna, dude. Yeah. We'll post a review. I will stand by it.
Yeah.
We'll post it, and then he's gonna fucking respond to it. You know, he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
He's gonna go on there and be like, but then again, here's the thing,
dude. Write
it
as a letter to him.
Can they come after you for something like that, for like slandering a business and like hurting their business?
Not if you just write about your experience.
I guess you're right. Like, that's how I think. I'm just like worried. Everyone's so litigious now, dude. That's the thing that worries me.
What are you gonna? No,
you can't sue someone over a Yelp review. That's crazy.
That's what they're there paranoid for. Yeah, relax.
Yeah,
and write a Yelp review.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it, dude.
Wait, I have
some Yelp reviews have value.
Yeah, I mean they do.
We could do some at the end. Should we do a couple at the end of this?
At the end of this one
episode.
I have a Let Me Ask You, mate.
Let's do that.
Okay.
First, but I'm saying we'll come back
to the Yelp review.
Let's close on a bad Yelp review.
Okay.
But do your Let Me Ask You in.
I feel like all the bad Yelp. All right, we'll try it out.
We'll do it. I thought it was fun. I thought it'd be a nice segment.
I feel like sometimes I'm like, oh, these are all the same. It's just like
we'll try again. We'll try again.
Yeah,
we'll keep it on the mind
because we just grab a random one. Okay, this is a Let Me Ask You, mate.
What you want to ask me, bitch?
If you're a pro-choice person, can you shame a pro-life person that is an abortion survivor? just sit in it. Think about it.
You're right. I shouldn't have answered.
If someone's like,
say it again.
If someone's like, yeah, I'm pro-life, and then someone tries to shame someone that's pro-choice tries to shame them and say, so you don't believe in women's rights, and they say, well, yeah, I believe because I'm an abortion survivor. More than anything, imagine that situation.
I would love to see that. They're like, oh, you don't believe in women's choice? He's like, I love women. To be honest, my mom tried to abort me, and thankfully it didn't happen, and I'm here as a result of it.
Yeah, like, what do you say to that?
And then if the guy's like, what, do you wish I wasn't here?
Yeah,
like staring someone's humanity, like, do you wish I wasn't here?
Right. If abortion, like, that's them saying.
What if I didn't? What if I never existed?
Yeah, that's them saying.
You can't, dude.
The right.
That's dude. Okay, here's a hot take. Here's a hot take. I am pro-choice, by the way. That should be noted first of all. But like
where this is
everyone
going.
Everyone who's pro-choice, anyone who's like okay with it. Let's just say it this way: pro-choice, pro-life is a bad way to look at it. Anyone who's like okay with abortion has to kind of know inside that it's a little bit wrong. Like, and you kind of like, yeah, it's a little bit wrong, but the wrongs are completely outweighed by the goods of this.
Okay.
Not ready. It's her choice. She's not ready to have a kid. Her life shouldn't be ruined by it. I believe all those things. But I also believe it's kind of wrong.
Yeah, wasn't that the Louis C.K. thing?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good point. That's why it's a good joke by him. I don't remember the joke, but like,
yeah, I mean, he's just
a little.
Yeah, we won't get into it, but basically, we all know it's like.
Oh, dude, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, where you're just like, how can you be mad at these people who are screaming? Like, they think they're killing babies.
Right.
Like, yeah, dude, I do remember that now.
But part of the joke is like, we all know what it is.
Yeah.
We all know it's like, you can, like, if you call it out for what it is, it's like kind of no matter what way you spin it.
I feel like people paint it to be this thing that like, if you believe in abortion or you have one or whatever, that like you feel nothing, which is bonkers.
No.
That's not at all. Like, people know it's like a horrible thing that you don't want to do, but sometimes it's the right thing to do. Yeah, or is it? I don't know, man. I don't have the answers to this. Yeah. I shouldn't be held responsible for giving an answer. Right. All I can do is speculate from an armchair, aspect.
Oh, but I didn't
and
even
just dole out my opinions.
I didn't even want to get into are you pro-life or pro-choice, but could you?
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Right. Let someone do what they want to do.
But I guess more of anything is just like, imagine that situation where someone.
Oh my god,
you know what I mean?
It'd be the best. It would be awesome.
You know
like,
what I mean?
I imagine it at like a college protest.
Oh yeah,
that's really where, dude. Protests are so stupid now. Like protests at college. Like, I feel like protests sometimes mean something. They used to mean a lot. Like, now I feel like they don't have the same weight that they used to.
Well, okay. Protests, here's my thing about protests. Here's my thing about nonviolent protests. Is you need to get someone's skin in the game. You need leverage. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Because that's what I find funny. Like, Occupy Wall Street was, it was an abject failure because there was no leverage. You had no leverage point.
Yeah. They did something. They got a lot of attention. They kind of started that idea of like the 1% being like a common, in the vernacular.
What came of it?
Nothing. Because people with money always squash people who don't have money. That's what I'm saying. Protests are like.
I'm saying
here's
that
the reason I say
protest would have
this.
been far more effective had it been.
Here's
violent.
what I'm saying, dude. Like, I'm not
encouraging violence. I'm saying it would have been far more effective.
Oh my God! Yeah, of course. That's the only time a protest has ever been effective. That's if shots were fired.
Right,
like that.
Right.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you about that info. Like that, but it's true.
That's what I'm saying.
I just feel. Here's what I'm saying. One time I was watching the news and I saw this thing. It was like the Parkland. They were like, we're gonna have a protest. It was after the Parkland shooting, and the kids were like, we're gonna protest. And then they sparked like these protests all over the country of like kids walking out of school, whatever. But then like I saw like on the news, like in Cincinnati or whatever, they were like, many Lakota West, whatever, let's say whatever school it is. It was like Lakota West has designated this day as the protest day. And then they showed footage from the event. And they're like, teachers escorted kids out and allowed them to walk on this path that was drawn in red. They were allowed to march on this path surrounded by cops and then back into school. I was like, and then the kids were like holding up signs, like walking on the fucking path they were told to walk on. They literally drew a path in chalk like around the parking lot.
That's not a protest.
And they're like, all right, guys.
That's a field trip.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's like they were patronized so hard. And I was like, all I could remember watching, like, I was watching these kids, like, hold up signs, like, gun violence is wrong. And I'm like, dude, I agree. But, like, you look like fucking fools right now. I wanted a kid to throw a brick through the window.
Yeah.
Dude. I was like, let's fuck some shit up.
That's
like, destroy property. Don't hurt people, but destroy
that's what I'm
property.
saying. That's what I'm saying, dude. And everyone's like, oh, peaceful protest. And I'm like, have fun.
That's the thing, though. It's because we're bred to think that, like, destroying property is, like, the same as, like, violence, like hurting a person. And it's not.
Remember we were talking about? You got to become a problem.
Yeah, dude.
You need to be dealt with.
This is not okay. We shouldn't say this.
I stand by this, dude.
Some kid is playing Call of Duty listening to this like, yes, here we go.
Dude, if you
it's
wanna,
time.
I mean,
No,
obviously
please.
you can do it violently. You can do it non-violently. I'm not encouraging you to do it violently.
Yeah.
But what you have to do is you have to be a nuisance. You have to be a problem.
You got to be bugging someone's ear.
Yeah.
You got to make them hear you.
We need...
I'm not, yeah. I don't know how you do it. You can't hurt people because then here's the thing though, it's that when you use violence, people don't remember your actual cause. That's the whole thing.
Okay, this is how I live my life. All right. All right, set your ego aside, and I know it's kind of a stretch, but I think set my ego aside. What do I need to do to achieve what I want from the situation?
That's a weird way to think of it.
It's
It's like a very calculated.
Oh, you have to be
Darwinian
calculated because you have to think about it. You're like,
there
okay,
are people in front of me who are in the way.
how can I
get what I want?
I need there. There's people here. How do I get there?
Yeah, I guess, but you got to think about the people on the way. You can't just push people aside to get to your,
Yeah, I need
Dr.
like a
Pepper
concrete
vending
example.
machine. I
But
don't know
I
where
think
you're
a lot
going
of
to.
times. Okay, here's like a quick example. Let's say you have a boss. All right, that's like you don't really like in one thing. What you really want is you're like, okay, I want a paycheck, and I want to do the least amount of work as possible because you don't believe in the cause. You're not really into it. You're like, I need this paycheck, but I don't like my boss. I'm not good in my situation. I feel mistreated all the time. So what you think, though, is, okay, you have one option. Tell off your boss. Tell him what you really think. That'll feel good. It'll get you fired.
Yeah.
Your ego will feel like, I showed him what's
you want
up.
pride or you want a paycheck.
But then you think, okay, you know what the real thing is? I just need to collect the check. I still need this check. But what do I need to do?
yours.
Do the least amount of work possible and then say, oh, good. Yeah, boss, you're the best.
Yeah, patronize
good.
them.
Yeah. Because that's how you win the game, my friend.
Yeah, you can't quit at it, dude. I tried one time. I was like gonna do that, and I didn't do it. I was like, I'm gonna quit out of pride. Like,
It's not in your
fuck
best
this.
interest. Yeah.
It's not, dude. It's not and I feel like that's like the higher way of thinking. Is you realize that like, it's like,
Be a snake.
yeah, you'd be a snake. You can be the office snake. You can be the guy sliming around. You're the guy who no one's like, don't fuck with that guy.
Dude, you need to be the guy that everyone's like, we love that guy. Meanwhile, snakes get further in life than bears. I think that's...
Slip through the grass. This is such a weird conversation.
It was a tear. That metaphor, if you really break it down, is one of the worst
What?
ever. Bears and snakes.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
They're both bad.
You get what I'm
You
saying.
should try to be neither. Either way.
All right, do you want to do a Yelp review?
Let's do it.
Okay, what do you want to do?
You know what we haven't done is like Taco Bells. We did kind of like McDonald's.
Okay, there's a Taco Bell on La Brea we can do.
Yeah, let's start,
Okay, you entertain the people while I type.
Yeah, dude. I'm just trying to think of the last time we did a bad Yelp review. We did McDonald's. There was like the homeless lady sleeping in the booth, which is funny now that someone was so upset by that they're like, I have to write a review. I'm like, dude, that's living here.
Wait, what was that? This homeless lady
Remember when there was the one of the lady was at McDonald's and she left a bad Yelp review? Like, there's a homeless person sleeping in the booth.
Oh, yeah, get used to it.
I could walk into a Taco Bell, anywhere at LA, and if I saw a homeless person shitting in the corner, I'd be like, oh, well,
Only one?
it's not a long line.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get my food and be on my way.
So this is Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's over by
2.5 stars.
34
34
reviews. You want to check out a 1-star, filter by one.
Yeah, let's just
How do I do this?
go. Just go down. You'll find.
Oh,
one.
sorry. No, just go until we find a one.
Yeah, these
Oh,
oh,
see,
here
these
we
look
go.
really good. Okay.
Yeah, the first two, they really liked it.
This
Look
looks
at
good. This looks like a I love someone took a picture of their food and they gave a 5-star review.
Yeah, they're like, wow, hold on. Been coming to this taco since. Okay, again, with the English.
Just read it like it is.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Been coming to this taco since a kid in the late 90s, and it's still one of my go-to spots when visiting Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza for eating out before a movie.
Joseph B.
It's a nice,
That's my name.
Wholesome review.
Yeah. Dude, I respect
Good job, Joseph. That's what we need more of.
Yeah, he's my namesake.
Not this, dude. And then I'm going to go down to this. Crystal S from
Crystal
San
S.
Diego, you rich bitch.
Yeah.
I was in San Diego this weekend. I went. I drove down on Saturday.
They're good people.
I don't know.
I've heard they're...
People were like, "Oh, San Diego, like it's so nice." It's the same fucking thing as here.
Same
dude.
here.
It's the same fucking thing.
SoCal.
It's the same fucking thing.
Okay.
All right. Crystal S from San Diego. The food quality has significantly decreased at Taco Bell.
Pause. What are you... Since
From what?
when?
From what? When was it better? What is this fucking silver lining vision people have of Taco Bell in the 90s when they thought it was like Chipotle? I don't know.
Dude,
like
Crystal... you know what? Good for you, Crystal. I think you're getting more bougie. I think you're eating more
I think
expensive food.
a 1-star review is good sometimes. It means you're evolving. But I'm not.
Yeah.
No one's thinking fondly of the old Taco Bell.
Yeah.
We were in the 90s shoving those little cinnamon twists in my face. I never
Yeah.
was like, this is cuisine. Like
That was the ultimate consolation if your food was like late.
yeah,
getting,
you know you're gonna get like 3 or
There's
4 of
some
those little
cinnamon
fuckers.
twists,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get these, you fat peasant. Get the fuck out of here.
What were they?
They're
Were they
nothing.
pork
They're-
rinds with cinnamon.
They basically
on
they
them?
were like chicharrones with
Yeah.
fucking cinnamon on it, deep fried. You're like, it's like
Which kinda
air.
sounds good.
It's air. It's like you just I
Yeah.
could just put cinnamon and butter in my mouth.
Right.
Like that would be
Yeah.
the top of the pyramid. The
All
food
right.
quality has significantly decreased at this Taco Bell. Every time I go to it, it tastes more bland and soggy. To make matters worse, the drive-thru at this particular location is always slow. My tacos were edible, bland, skimpy on the cheese, but 3 tiny pieces of tomato. Here we go. The Supreme burrito was crap. I barely ate half. It was predominantly full of iceberg lettuce and sour cream. Taco Bell is just an establishment, either needs to completely reboot or just fade out completely. The fact that you're still stuffing meals with iceberg lettuce is an insult to itself. Fast food shouldn't be bottom of the barrel quality and bland. Pick a struggle, TB. You know what, dude? It's fun to watch someone realize they hit rock bottom.
Who? Her,
We've talked
Crystal,
about
or Taco Bell?
No, Crystal realized. Once a review is that person saying, "Hey, I've hit rock bottom," and like they're like, it's like she's writing the review, realizing like, wait, I should have never come here in the first place.
Oh,
This
she's
is horrible
typing
food.
and she's
Well,
realizing.
she's like, it's bland. It's full of iceberg lettuce. It's just sour cream. You're like, oh my god, this is why you don't go to Taco Bell.
Right. I think she's also coming to and realizing, oh, it's always been this.
Yeah, like she gets to the end and she's like, I've learned something today in
Right.
writing this 1-star Yelp review at a Taco Bell in, Baldwin.
Right, in Baldwin Hills. That's interesting.
I've realized that I've lived like a garbage person my whole life, eating this shit trash food.
and you're moving up, Crystal.
I want
Crystal
Taco
has
Bell so bad.
342 Yelp friends.
Oh my god. Dude, if you add friends on Yelp, you've 0 friends in real life.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think it's a
dude.
direct correlation?
It's
1 for 1?
Yeah, it's literally 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Every friend you add on Yelp, you lose 1 in real life.
That's everybody's got to relax, man. I've got some 1-star review. You know what? I just never can be bothered. My rage calms down and I'm like, what? It's not worth it.
Dude, it is not worth it. And you also realize, you know what? Like, I'm already scum. Like, I'm eating the Taco Bell. I'm scum. You know what it is? I'm like, I don't deserve anything better. That's what I think.
If you're there,
I don't
deserve
deserve
it.
this.
Right. Yeah.
I don't deserve even this. Like, I can't complain about my food being wrong. I shouldn't be eating it in the first place.
Yeah.
This is,
Yes. You should go in with the correct expectations.
Yeah.
You should go in, take a look at yourself, then order your food.
Yeah.
And enjoy it for
That's
what
like
you
one
are.
time I went to this Taco Bell on, Beverly Boulevard. They don't have a drive-thru.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, fuck. I gotta get out of my car and walk to this I gotta walk
Go inside?
and I was like, do I want it that bad?
Oh, I go in all the time.
Wow.
I love it.
Dude, going into a Taco Bell is like going into your drug dealer's house. You're like, dude, can we just meet outside? Please? Yeah. Can you please just give it to me through the car window? He's like, no, dude, come inside. I got all these new sauces. And you're like, ugh.
We gotta have an experience.
All right, fine. We'll come inside and watch fucking, Scarface together for 3 hours. Like,
I never bought drugs from a drug dealer.
that's good.
Never.
I never did either.
No. I actually never did. So I never had that experience.
I never did. Plead the fifth.
Yeah. No. Know what you're getting into. Don't leave a 1-star review for a Taco Bell, a Wendy's, or a Denny's. It's kind of redundant.
Yeah. Denny's, dude.
Yeah.
That's basically a cafeteria. Denny's is the cafeteria for adults. So, like, you haven't evolved past 5th grade.
Yeah.
So you're coming to this Denny's. No,
Right.
not Denny's. That's too broad. Denny's is all right. At least you can get, like, coffee, variety of things. What's a restaurant that's straight up just like, here's some fucking food?
Oh.
You know what I think of? I think of, like, the Frisch's. Do you ever go to, like, Frisch's breakfast bar? You're like,
it's all you can eat, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
you go, dude, any kind of buffet. It's a buffet. That's what it is. Any kind of
It
buffet.
is, yeah.
It literally is them being like, here's your fucking trough, peasant.
It's a trough.
Get your fucking
Right.
scraps, you dirty little piggy.
Yeah,
Like,
they
go
do.
suck
They
it
should.
up.
They oink at you while you're
Yeah.
lopping
Don't you
your.
want this?
Yeah.
You want extra gravy on it? Oink.
But I mean, at the same time, though, I've been to a Frisch's and I've loaded up on bacon
Me too.
from
I've
the
been that
Frisch's.
pig.
Yeah,
I am that pig. I get it.
I went in one time before I worked across the street from the Frisch's in Fairfax, and I went in one time to eat it, and then my boss, I told him, I was like, oh yeah, I went there for breakfast. Shamed me, dude.
Yeah.
He shamed me for going. I was like, okay.
Come on, man. You don't eat that shit.
Right. It was one of, when someone's like kind of like busting your chops about something and then you realize, oh, there's a tinge of true judgment.
They look down.
Yeah.
They're the slumlord.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, no, you don't get high on supply. You're
Right.
better than this, dude.
Right.
Let those fucking losers eat this dog food.
It
It feels like dog food sometimes. It's like, damn, dude. I want some artistry. Can't you put a little, couple of strawberries next to the egg? At least make me feel like I'm not eating in a prison yard.
Right.
That's what it feels like. Going to Frisch's feels like you're in a prison. It literally feels like the prison slop house.
No, it does not. The Frisch's I went to, it was a pleasant experience.
You pour the hot
bacon,
cheese gravy on everything.
It was hotel breakfast bacon. Which
Dude,
is
hotel breakfast, yeah.
It's I knew what I was getting.
It's like
into.
microwave bacon. It doesn't break. Bacon should break. I like crispy bacon though. So like I don't know, but
this bacon, it was crispy.
It's not even. That's the thing. It's not like chewy. Like it's good. It's literally like if you did this, it would just kind of like fold in half like a piece of paper.
There's 2 different types of cheap bacon.
Yeah, there is.
There are.
It's
This was if you were to take the bacon, put it in your hand, 1 strip of bacon, and you go like this, dust.
Yeah.
That's what it would be like.
Yeah, it would. And then your hands would have acne. You'd get warts on your hands. Dude, I remember going to Frisch's breakfast bar and I would you would hit like the cheese pump. It was literally a pump. I'm pumping cheese cum
pumping your
out.
food.
Yeah, I'm
don't
pumping
eat
it out. And I remember every time it made that noise, I would like die inside a little bit. Be like, I'm like, oh.
You hope it
And I
doesn't
would
fart
keep
on you.
going. I'd be like, I need the cheese though. It's so hot. It's so good.
I always felt like that at Subway when I was a kid. When my brother and I, when they would like squirt the ranch or mayo, whatever it was, we were just like, and then if it farted, it was. We're like, farted on my sandwich.
Yeah, at least that makes more sense. At least ketchup is like, oh, that makes sense. When it happens, you're literally pumping hot
You're churning
cheese,
nacho
and you just feel like, oh, you hear that sound, and you're still willing to pump this cheese cum all over your food, and just suck it up.
Farting cheese cum.
Yeah,
you're like,
just,
I'm gonna love.
and you're just like, I'm not better than this. I'm gonna work at Walgreens for the rest of my life. Fuck this, dude. I was that guy. That's the unfortunate thing. You can always break out of the cycle. You don't have to be that guy.
You can always break
farting cheese cum onto your shitty microwave flimsy eggs next to like French toast sticks. It was always like the worst combination of shit. It's like French toast sticks on it, and you put like a couple blueberries so people didn't think you were like really trashing.
Right.
You know? Dude, one time I saw a guy there and he straight up just got a plate of eggs and just pumped. He was like a 40-year-old man too. He was like a weird looking, kind of like just came from a construction type.
Now you're judging.
Oh, I'm judging, dude. If you pump hot cheese
onto a pile of eggs,
he literally got an entire plate and just filled it with eggs and then just pumped so much hot cheese onto it. It was like, it looked like a cake. It was like a cake that was iced.
I gagged. I just gagged when you were describing that.
I will judge that guy. I don't give a fuck. All right.
Yeah.
Listen. Okay. He was a construction worker. I guess that's classist of me. you know what? I'm just painting the picture for you.
Right.
He was he was like a white trash guy. It's fine. We can talk shit about him. He was like this trashy dude just came in his 40s and he just pumped that. And I was like, dude, I was like, dude, how you're a grown up? Like, you know this is wrong. You can't eat this.
We send such mixed messages because sometimes we're like, be yourself, do what you want. Who cares who's looking at you? And then all of a sudden
dude,
we're like,
I stand behind everything I said.
Cheese cum on a pile of eggs.
Yeah,
That's
I stand by
fucked
it. Listen, I stand by that.
Okay.
I stand by everything I said in this podcast, especially, dude, if you pump in, here's the thing. We're talking about the Frisch's cheese, and anyone who knows what I'm talking about knows. If you eat, listen, I understand getting potatoes and putting it on there. Fuck yeah, I do that all day. But if you get just a plate of eggs, it pumps so much on there that it's dripping off the sides over the top. You're allowed to get judged, okay? I'm allowed to judge you. I think that's fair.
Yeah. I got a feeling that guy is 100% not affected by anyone's judgment.
Yeah, because he's dead. All right. Yeah, he died.
Yeah. Rest in peace, dude. I respect it.
Go
Zach
out
does
on
not.
top, dude.
All right, let's wrap it.
Yeah, let's bounce.
All
Follow
right.
us on Instagram.
Yeah, follow us. We should put this at the beginning. I almost want to edit this and put this at the beginning. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to the channel. We'll give you $5.
I won't do
Peace.
that.
I will, and I'll comment on everything.
I'll take a credit card account and get a cash advance and do it that way.
Suwu. All right.
Time is a blind